G'day everyone, and welcome back to Baggers Unfiltered 26. I'm your host Henry, and you are
Louis from the Perth Blue Baggers pod and Carlton Flaggers. Good to be back, I guess.
Is it though? Is it good to be back? I don't think it is. I don't
no.
like, we actually give our time to the people, like 163 people that are actually subscribed, and they got like 90,000 members, and they wasted their money, their time. So anyway, that's Carlton. Let's get into this episode because there is a lot to uncover, and there is a lot of rants. There is a lot of work to do. Let's get into it. First one I've got. Let's
Yay.
sum up that absolute piss.
Mm.
How do you actually sum that up? Because it's hard to put it. You can't put it into words. I'm mumbling because I don't know how to actually sum it up.
I'm lost for words. What else can I say that's any different from all of these other, goodness knows how many times in the last 5 years?
Things
Voss
that we
has had
say
5
every
years to
single week.
figure out this. He's had 5 years to figure out how to mend this fade out issue. 5 years, and people are saying that it's always a play issue. Well, you can make differences, especially over a long term like that.
I can't own a player issue. I don't know if you were watching, but you would have been watching, but at the halftime show, Voss got asked, "What can you do to, prevent your second half fade outs that you have most weeks?" And Voss replied with, "We have to trust our process." Holy shit! As soon as I saw that, I knew it's done. It's over because we don't have a process. Believe it or not, if you were fucking born yesterday, you'd know we don't have a process. There's no process. There's no brains. It's like, and I was talking to my work placement people at work today, and I was like, it's almost like they are so confident going into the rooms at halftime that they think they're going to win, and it's just like everything just drops. It's like drop everything and think that you've won when you still got another bloody an hour to play football and you're up by 43 points. Yeah, you bloody hope you should be winning. You should be winning by 80 at that point. You should be playing four-quarter football, boss. Shut up, Louis. Boss throughout the week. That little video that come up. If you're gonna beat us, you gotta like play 4 quarters. Oh, that aged like bloody expired milk, man. Holy shite. That is terrible. He's not the man. He's not the man for the job anymore. He's gone, man. He's gone. Port, round 11. Gone.
Yeah.
Halfway through the year. Gone. I'm
I
telling
don't
you
know.
right now. One team gets enough money or one coach gets enough dollar, knows how to play football, bring him in. Come on, I want you. Voss, get here. Fuck off. Fuck you out of me club. You've been given what? He's been probably given 4 chances in the last 12 months to really show that he's actually capable of being the man for the job. And he showed that he can be the man for the job. He showed it. Like, this is my problem. He showed that 3 years ago. Since then, what has he done? He has taken us to an elimination final in 2024 that we were losing 60-0 in the second quarter. We did not score a point. We somehow came back and it was 31 points in the end.
And
That
many
was
believe
like when Carlton were playing at least putting effort into 4 quarters. Now it's 2 quarters and see you later. That's all she wrote. Every week. Every single week. There's so many things that we can say. There's so many things that I could say. I don't really want to get us banned, but there is like so many things you can say about Michael Voss. Put up that meme right now, Louis. Please. Look at this donkey. Look at him. Look at him. Rat. How do you look so serious? Fucking smiling in a press conference, you rat. You rat. Get out of my club. You should have been a part of the clean out, mate. Just look at him. Look at his face, Louis. It's almost like
It's
he's
AI
smiling like he's been in
generated.
the press
Yeah.
conference. Oh yeah, we're I know it is. Oh yeah, we're disappointed. Oh, hang on. Have you got that other photo,
Oh
Louis?
yes.
Otherwise, I'll just read it out.
Let me. Oh, it's no easy feat, to be honest.
But it is. This photo is a reoccurring theme that I crack the shits about just about every week. This in particular word, that one, that disappointing word that you use every week in every press conference. Even the fucking players use it. Right? Yeah, we're disappointed. We'll go again next week. Oh, it's hugely disappointing. You know, we were in the game. It's the same shit. Today was really disappointing. I really wish, that the boys would just, go along and play for all their dollary dues like they're playing for dolls like when they were 3 years old. The pricks. Grown fucking men. And it's every week. Hugely disappointing. Voss reacts to Carlton collapse. Collapse because we collapsed. Voss
Again,
lost for words after Swan's stunning 12-goal quarter. Well done, Vossy. It's on you. Yes. Mate, just look at this. He's taken the life out of players, mate. He has taken the form out of players. He's giving people new roles that they do not need. He's giving Hollands roles going from, oh yeah, let's go to half back, let's go to wing. And Hollands he's obviously going to be forced to say, yeah, I don't mind in the media, but obviously he minds. He wants to know what position he's going to play. Everyone knows that. It's common
yeah,
sense. Media's up here. It's all stupid. Hewitt, I don't know what has happened to him. I don't know why this man on that stupid team thinks that it would be a good idea for him to tag. He's the slowest man on the team.
yeah,
He would have come last in the 2K time trial. You had 2 weeks. You had 2 weeks to prepare for that. 2 weeks, not one, not two, not 5 days. It was 18 days, nearly 3 weeks to prepare for who's going to tag one of them people, right?
yeah, precisely.
You chose George Hewitt. Hewitt. Hewett. Holy shit.
Yeah,
You have
that
to
was
be
an
so
absolute.
muddled up. You have to be so muddled up in the head to think, yeah, you know what? I think this bloke really impressed in the 2K time trial. He might have come last, but I'm going to put him on a fresh 18-year-old with fresh legs. Oh, that's a great idea, Bossy. You're an absolute hero, mate. You're a real champion. I really like the way you go about things, mate. You're just a total idol, man. Like, everything that you do, I really admire and I really appreciate that you're giving the time back to this club, man. You're such a good coach, You're bringing Carlton back to life. You're definitely not putting them right back in the rot with all the rest of the clubs like Essendon. That's going to be a graveyard match, man. That is going to be
Oh yeah,
generally that might be the death of me, man. If there's a cemetery, I'm gonna go and hello, hey, never mind. We'll get demonetized if I say that, but man, he's taking the life out of Kemp. Poor Kempy has been thrown back in the team after doing his Achilles. Didn't even get one VFL match. Yeah, here you go, mate. You've impressed. You can go straight back to the AFL. You don't get no warm up. Oh shit, me daddy's not a Ford. Haywood, I don't know what on earth's happening with him. I don't know where Voss wants him to play. He doesn't know where he wants to play. Every week. Cripps, oh my god. Cripper might be one of the worst players I've seen this year.
oh
And it is like no, he hasn't been the worst player I've seen, but he's been probably one of the most frustrating people to watch. The more I watch, the more I go, shit, man, he's really fell off. And I don't know what that comes back to because he's always chopping and changing. And I think that comes back to Mr. Dud Michael Voss, who I've got on a dartboard right now, got his face right in the middle of it. Ping. Nikai, what the hell is going on with him? I think that's just a
oh
him thing.
I'm most
He has been
frustrated with him, to be honest.
atrocious.
Yeah.
He's been atrocious. Here
Mm.
I am thinking midway through the game in the third quarter, I'm thinking, shit, maybe we do need Charlie. Maybe Charlie was actually, not half decent. Maybe take away the culture, take away the club, look at the player. Right, Charlie was handy. Charlie was handy, right? every person saying, yeah, Mackay's better without him, all this sort of stuff, but he doesn't actually have a partner in crime where they can both hit the scoreboard. Kemp is not going to be that person that's going to provide you 3 goals a game. He's going to be that person that is going to apply pressure, but he's not a goal kicker. He's not a known goal kicker. When I see him kick a goal, I'm like, righto, different. He's kicked about 10 career goals playing forward line for. This is his second year playing forward, so he's probably played about 8 matches in the forward line. He had 2 goals before actually switching to a full-time forward, right? It's not what you want to see. It's not what you want to see. That's like 8 goals in 8 games.
Yeah, well, at least we got Govan.
I'm seriously embarrassed. And that's who I think right now, Louis. I think if you can get like a McGovern, Ainsworth, and even like a Francis Evans going and having both great games, like say if all of them can combine for 10 goals, which would be ideal. That would be unbelievable. We probably win the game with all other goal kickers as well. And like you had 5 goals from other blokes. You had 1 from Mackay. You had 2 to Walsh that he missed. You add let's go another midfielder, and then there's always one weird goal kicker that comes in and kicks a goal. So that already gets you up to 14, right? And then you're obviously going to kick behind. All of a sudden, it looks really good, and you look like you're in a driver's seat. You look like you're actually going to win the game. But it all comes down, mate, to that third and fourth quarter. It's always like the first quarter is just premiership quarter, right? It's like unbelievable. It's like holy shit, we're the best team in the comp. Second quarter, you go right, we're not the best team in the comp, but we're still up by let's say 30 points. It gets to the third quarter, oh shit, we're the worst team in the comp. Fourth quarter, you switch it off, right? That is 2 hours of football on the field, and I think they play about 30 minutes of good football. That's a quarter of football. That's well played across the whole game.
Yep.
Yeah, you've got to play 4 quarters to beat us. My ass, kiss my ass, you prick. Go jump in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
All right, Louis. I've just spoke for the last 12 minutes and 30 seconds, going on not really a rant, but I can't be bothered yelling.
I can't believe that you managed that.
I'm infuriated. I'm infuriated with the club at the moment, mate. I can't put it into words. Every week we're saying the same thing, and I'm trying to find something different to say, but I can't because I have to keep going back to the same shit that happens every week.
Yeah. Well,
you're up. Stats time.
Well, firstly, I'll just share some of my overall thoughts about the game first, and then the stats are about other issues throughout the past 2 years. So I thought we saw the worst of Carlton in opening round when we conceded 75 points in the quarter. Little did I know that this time we conceded 88 points in a half. We blew a 42-point lead, and even in the end, we didn't even fight it out properly. So it was a complete walkover. Rarely do you see a team such devoid of confidence. It was so evident everywhere. There was drop marks, missed kicks, poor choices, dump kicks, no structure, no game plan, no one taking the game on, backwards and sideways ways kicks, missed kicks, terrified of turning the ball over, basically they were. And you know what the most disappointing thing was? Well, one of the most disappointing thing was. Here we go.
Don't say that word. Don't say that. Don't say that word. Don't say that word.
Sorry.
Go now.
Got to get a goal from somewhere. Control job here is for Lever, and he has the excited Howes to Cully, back to Howes. No margin for error, not much room to measure the kick. Awkward in the end for Windsor, but Higgin another up. Ainsworth did well, Sparrow did better. Tigers, they just hung on as we know. Under pressure again.
Oh,
It's
Tim.
been 6 out of the middle.
Oh, Jessa.
Maniacal attack on the footy
Oh,
from
Walshy, you
Cully
got to
for
stick
the win.
that.
It's not over yet. Gone
Oh.
to Sparrow.
Yeah, enough.
Look at this. Look at that. You're letting Cozzy out by himself. Oh, my word.
It really
What a game.
doesn't take that much effort to tackle. You don't need much skill for it. It's basically effort, right? And that's how they kept getting us on the outside, because we didn't tackle. That's 42 seconds worth of footage where we lacked the effort. So some people say, oh, we still showed effort for 4 quarters. No, you didn't, because of that. And I think any coach would be frustrated with missed tackles. I remember getting told in junior footy that tackling was one of the most important issues. I think you get taught it from a very young age. You need to develop that. And simply all you need to do is
One thing that I'm actually really surprised about, Louis, that I thought was an upcoming sort of trouble, was that the players in that second half, they looked scared of the ball.
Yeah.
Like, they looked scared to hit them. Like, I don't really want to replay that footage because it's just embarrassing. But if you, actually dived in and had a real look, it actually looks like they're scared of going after the man. Like in that Jai Cully moment when he brushed off Walsh like he was a piece of cotton, Walsh looked scared of it. It was like Shaquille O'Neal on the football field running at you, bro. Like, oh, shit, I'd be scared. I'd be trying to run to the bloody bench. I'm trying to run out of the ground like bloody Ollie Florent and that other guy.
Yeah. So tackling was certainly an issue. Now we go over some issues that really illustrate the struggles we've had over the last 2 years. So first of all, I'll start off with this. Brace with me. Now, this is thanks to the Guardian stand on their respective social media channels. So, our halves win-loss record since 2022. So, this proves that it's been a 5-year issue, basically. First halves, we won 61, lost 37. That's great. True drawn. Second halves, 44-1, lost 55. So, that's pretty abysmal there. And now my next lot. So this is based off Sam Doherty's comments. Now I don't have his video. I could, but we weren't prepared for that, so I'll just say it. So when Carlton wins contested possession, we win 70% of our games. That's good. When good teams like Brisbane, Geelong, and Collingwood win contested possessions, they win 70 to 80% of their games. When those good sides lose contested possession count, though, they only drop to 50 to 60%. And would you believe it? Ours drops to a measly 7%. How the hell is that possible?
How does one get to 7%, Bossy? How does it happen? Like, how do you generally motivate your players into getting 7%?
It's
literally
there
like
in
2
the
questions
forefront.
right on a test out of 40 questions, right? That's fucked. That's fucked.
Then he needs to really look into that. If he's got any chance, and might not even have a chance to look into it if he gets sacked by tomorrow morning. Next stat. Since the start of the last year, no team has led more than Carlton at quarter time. This is thanks to Channel 7. So there we go, equal 18th at the top there. So that's nice to look at. But then, not that.
Oh boy, that is rough.
Get a nice zoom in on Henry's cut.
No.
And then here's us at the top of the nice leaderboard here. No team has lost more than Carlton after leading at quarter time. Home and away season. Yeah, there you go. So that's nice to look at too. Good job, mate. And now we go to this one. So, since the start of 2025, in quarter one, stoppage scoring, we're points for, we're first for points for, fourth for points against. So we're good at attacking and defending. How good is that? That's premiership type stuff, right? And then turnovers, well, we're not the best at scoring off turnover. We're still good at defending it. So we're able to push our numbers back well enough. However, all of this changes when bear with me. 3, 2, 1, and now. Points for after quarter time stoppage scoring. We're 16th, and 12th for points against.
Yeah.
How do you drop down 12? Hang on, no, they've dropped down 16th from 1st to 16th in that regard.
Yeah. We went in the disposal efficiency too, Louis. We went from 13th to 16th already from last year. So we're already going worse from last year. So
yeah,
Blues are back.
Exactly. And then after quarter time turnover scoring, we get even worse. Okay.
Literal emotions. He's just red room.
Yeah. And then points against is 11th. Look, stats don't lie. It clearly shows an issue in our stoppage scoring. Where oppositions are like finding more ways through our stoppage and turnover defense. So without the ability to score regularly from turnover, we slowly lose all of our avenues to the scoreboard. Combine all of the above, and it's a simplified version of how opponents reel them in after a fast start. Kudos to Channel 7 for compiling that together. Now, I love going through stats because they prove points, really, isn't it? That's all I've got to go through for the game. Thanks.
That's Louis the stats man. I've sort of already covered up out of form players, like all the ones that I sort of went on my little rant about. So Hewitt, Cripps, Kemp, Hayward, Chesser. I don't know if he's even I don't even know if this is actually his form or whatever. I haven't really got to know the fella. Mackay, and I feel like Ollie Hollands' kicking has gotten worse since last year. Must put it out there. He's terrible. He's a fucking terrible kick. He is absolutely shocking going inside 50. He might be the worst kick I've seen go inside 50 since anyone. I think he's the worst I've seen generally. I think he might be the worst kick I've seen go inside 50 since I've started watching Carlton. He is absolutely putrid. He is a putrid kick of the football.
Fair point. Yep.
What the hell are you going on about?
There's just absolute misery because I get annoyed when I have to repeat things, right? And then every episode we're repeating the same issues week after week. I don't know how listeners keep watching it, and then let alone us trying to speak about it too. It's
rough,
and how the players
going up a subscriber in a month.
No,
I don't know. How Voss says,
care less about that.
Do you actually? This is a general question for you, Louis, and for you only. Do you actually think that Voss addresses the issues in like the rooms at halftime?
Yeah,
do you think
I think
he
does.
The second half shit?
But he would word it in a different way. So he wouldn't say, "Don't you dare fade or like us fans do or whatever he said. He would say, "I know, keep it up, keep up the effort for 2 more quarters. Don't get sucked into the contest. Beat them on the outside. Continue the work, right?" But
I love that first one you made.
keep them accountable on the outside, or yeah.
No, that first one, like what he wouldn't say is what he actually needs to say. Don't
Yeah.
you dare even think about
Yes.
stuffing this up. Because then, and what he sort of needs to be doing is saying no one spot is safe in this team. You fight for it and you play as a team. You go out there, play 2 more quarters, you come back with a win. And he said I'm completely fine with him saying, I don't care if you win by 1 point when you've been up by 40. Get a win, run away with it. I don't care. I don't care how it comes. Just get a win.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm completely fine with that.
And then I think it brings up a good selection integrity issue as well. When there's barely ever a big call that gets dropped. Fogarty has been the latest due to Evans coming back in and Byrne giving a go. That's nothing major. When you see a experienced player like, I don't know, any of them really, anyone that's performing under below substandard. So I think there needs to be more of those tough calls. I'm not saying play the kids yet. That's a come round 10 sort of thing. But what needs to happen is, rather than put them all of these kids in at the same time, you need to rotate them through a bit. So I know that Moore might not have demonstrated enough, but recycle him through with Kemp or something like that, right? Recycle Boyd with someone who's underperforming. We've got Newman and Haynes are going to have to come back in. Make a big call. Get rid of Lewis Young. I know I've been furiously defending his performance in the second half of this game, and I think that's warranted. But unfortunately, I don't think, because of how abysmal the other 2 games were, he deserves to hold his spot still. So Young is an option. Dirksen even.
The Dirk, the big Dirk. Woo, get him in. I 100%
give him a chance.
agree. I'm telling you right now. Sorry, you go. I've spoken too much.
One more. Flynn Young in as well. Rotate him through. He's been doing well in the VFL. Rotate him through. Even Hayward has been underperforming, right? Get him out. Yeah.
Make tough calls.
I'm not saying makes 6 or 7 call. I didn't mean to do that. I'm not saying, because that's feasible, right? You could generally drop 6 to 7 players. But maybe 3. 3 is good. 3 or 4 is good, I think.
Yeah. I really love the point that you just made.
Complete cohesion.
There's 2 people that I think are going to bring this club up. And I think the run that we're going to get, or 3 people actually, I think the run that we'll be able to get from, this is a smoky, Jordan Boyd. The kicking that he has is elite. Ollie's spot is under fire. Cowan, your spot's under fire. And I'd say them 2, they have to fight for their spot. It's 2 players that have to fight for their spot. And if they don't, Jordan Boyd, you absolutely have to come in. He's a beautiful kicker of the football. Beautiful. Yep. He takes risks. He doesn't, worry about making a mistake. He doesn't overthink. A lot of our players seem to overthink the way that they're actually playing football. Like, if you're at a stoppage and Pettinet's tapped it down to Hewitt, and this is the point I made in my video about an hour ago. Hewitt bombs the shit out of it. He kicks it 50,000 metres and about 100 metres in the air, thinking that someone can get on someone's shoulders. Chera doesn't do that. Chera looks for an option. Chera thinks before he actually, does stuff. Think before you do. Always. It's up here. Right? I think I've got 2 more. Nick Newman, who is tough as nails, man. He'll fight, but he won't only fight, He'll stick up for you as well, right? He's a fighter on and off the field, but on the field, man, he's different. And I saw that. I was watching the second half of the VFL, and I was like, he's generally better than half our players in the AFL. He generally is. And if I don't see him on Good Friday, I am going to crack the shits. And I've done a lot of it on this podcast, but I will seriously crack it. The selection team, because it is that you can't keep going on like this.
I dare you to go live
one more.
and just rant.
Oh, I will.
If he doesn't
I will if I have to. There's one more, and I'm managing George Hewitt, and I'm bringing in Speed, and I'm bringing in Adam Gerrard. I just did a video then, so if you haven't already, go and watch it. You will see my whole entire reasoning there. And I've actually got notes here, right? He's quicker than Hewitt. He's better. He's got a better technique at moving the ball. And as I said, he thinks before he does stuff, right? He doesn't try and kick it 100 meters in the air and then, regret it 2 seconds after. He looks for an option. That's what I want. That's what we haven't been able to do for God knows how long, And he can play on and off the ball, right? And if he's at the back of a stoppage, he will get the ball. He'll take his time. He'll find an option. If he's in the stoppage, he will take his time. He will find an option, right? Even if it's a handball to space, he'll still do it. Like, he doesn't overthink. Yep. That's what a lot of our players do. They second guess themselves. It's ridiculous. No. All right. We need to get onto a preview now.
Yeah. I'll talk about it a bit on my perspective. So we got North Melbourne Good Friday Super Clash, as they call it. So get donating to a really good cause, helping kids who have gone through so much and showing such determination. So that should be foremost in our minds as well. And then in the game respect, I simply can't tip us, right? We're still favourites. I think it's like last time I checked was $1.80 to $2.40 or something like that, right? Because we should be beating them just like Melbourne, but we're completely devoid of confidence. That's the issue right now. So confidence within the fan base, within the players, it's all of these second half issues are creating such a negative atmosphere whenever they go in. I just don't see it feasible for us to win it. And that can only be solved, though, however, if we have a strong second half performance. I know I feel quite delusional saying it, but I feel like if we had some solid second half performances consistently, then it might change the narrative, perhaps, and how these games fall. I don't know whether you think the same. It's could be quite naive to say that, but I think there's still a bit of a chance of that happening. The best hope with North is basically to open them up like West Coast did over here in Perth. So we need to move the ball quickly and put pressure on their young defence. One thing about North Melbourne, their defence is inadequate. Ours is probably a bit stronger than theirs. Midfield is where it's going to be a serious battle between our more experienced mids and their explosive and more dynamic midfielders. And they're only just getting started, so North fans have a lot to like about that. So we have to take the game on for the second half, simply rewrite the script, block out everything which has come before and play with freedom, implement the structure that they have practiced together for months. They've claimed that they've talked about it. They've practiced for this in the preseason. I know they have. They had to. Any sophisticated organization would be doing that. But
who knows?
We yet to see it. Apart from those practice match games, which I don't know, still in the back of my mind, give me a bit of confidence here and there. But look, as I said, ultimately, I cannot tip this team. I cannot tip them.
Even with Tristan Cherry out.
Nah, they'll get us on the outside still. We'll get sucked in. They'll inside use onto the outside straight away. All the defenders get sucked up, and then they have numbers at the back there too. I think we're done for still, unless we have the motivation to keep them
really
accountable. Pardon?
That's like really bad if we can't win that.
Yeah, I mean it's a real make or break for Vossi too, because going into this next harder month of footy too, we could end up in 1-6 or something like that, right? And then I don't think he's got any chance. So he really needs to prove that we can beat a lower side. And the fact that they were expected to beat West Coast, but they didn't, also means that North Melbourne have got a point to prove too. Although they just beat Essendon. So at least we're not as bad as Essendon.
They only just beat Essendon. Essendon are probably the worst team I've seen in a long time. They're worse than us, man. I wouldn't do a podcast about Essendon. I wouldn't even bother about this week, to be honest. And I tell you right now, if we lose to North Melbourne, I don't know if we'll film an episode, because it'll just be the same shit that we're saying right now.
Yeah. Hey, if we lose in a different way though, I'd be more inclined to do it.
Yeah, it'd be more
like
interesting.
if we're losing by 20 points the whole game, but yet we're still I don't know. We're inside which is good enough, right? But we're just not getting our hands on the ball enough from the get-go. Bit different. Yeah, find some different ways. You know what? Just get us after the siren, for goodness sake. I want it to be neck and neck, and then some.
I'll take it. I don't care who it is. This is not a first timer. All right, let's get into some predictions, or ins and outs, and then predictions, because I can't keep talking about Carlton. I'm about to lose my shit.
I talked about my ins and outs.
Really?
Selection integrity debate. I said
get
rid of Haywood. No, I haven't worked through that because I can't be F to do that. So disenfranchised at the moment, you know.
Oh man, for me it's Newman, Chera, and Dirksen that come in, and out goes Dean, Hewitt, and Young, which I think is probably the likely outcome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Nothing to argue about there, which is
3
good.
or 4 changes. Like I said, not just 1 or 2 because they're forced. You want, you want a recycling through players. Basically, get them into the system, give them go. Even Ben Camporelli, he had a good game in the VFL too. Swap him out for Hewitt.
He's just got to start being a bit more consistent. He'll go well. He'll be all right. I think he has to get a debut this year, otherwise I think he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, I agree. I'm big fans of those Camporelli boys, but like everyone else in this team, they've got to prove themselves and can't just fall back on the last name like Silvani did so many times anyway.
Yeah.
Predictions.
Right, I've got predictions.
Yep.
And it's pretty sad, I must say. Well, it's not sad because I've got us winning by 14 because I feel like when Voss is life in coaching is in jeopardy, that's when he absolutely needs to, really, really get in, really give it to him as well. I've gone Blues by 14. I've got Mackay to have a big one because he absolutely needs to. Otherwise, I'm going to crack it at him.
Yeah.
And you don't like when Hennis cracks at you because he likes to say a few swear words. I got Mackay for 5, which would actually be interesting. I think he's on for a big one, right? their defense is poo. And if he
Yep.
doesn't kick more
Yep.
than like 3 goals, I'm going to give up.
Put the spotlight
No,
on
go.
him. If he fails to execute this round, then yeah, there's a serious question to be asked. Yeah.
Then there's alarms going off if he can't execute this round. If he can't, kick more than 3 or at least have 3, there's
Yep.
alarm bells ringing.
It's the worst defense in the
And I've
comp.
got the young gun, Jagger Smith. I got Jagger Smith for 37-1, and we only win by 14.
Yep, whatever. Sounds good to me. Like I said, I just can't see us winning this one. Goal after siren, we lose by 3 points. Who's going to have a good game? I feel like Ainsworth is really building a bit, so I'll back him in to kick, 4 goals. I've seen it in the Brisbane game, so it's feasible. And I think Harry can get 3 or 4 at least. Yeah. Let's put our faith in him rather than criticize him yet. I'm putting my faith.
Well, thanks everyone for listening. It's hard to talk about now because it's just the same shit over and over again. But you show up, we show up. Carlton don't. Subscribe, please. Go Blues.
Up the baggers.